with name. We are doing right.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, welcome to Creative Edge, the top rankers design fraternity. Friends, today we are in for a quick revision onto JEE B.Arch questionnaires. And I have been told by many of you all that sketching बहुत हो गया भाई, sketching तो हम कर ही लेंगे, but कुछ एक there are few areas where we are unable to understand even the question, forget about the answer to this. And one of that niche area is sometimes they give you a picture and you are supposed to decode it, and not only decode it, you have to take the depiction of it. Friend, let me tell you today that I am going to take up this one portion today, and since we all know that the JEE B.Arch has been again postponed to 23rd instead of 20th of June. Of course, the next attempt will be next month, but then let us look into the type of questions. Those are generally there in the design part of it, and one of them of course is the creative question. That means they give you the situation and you have to draw the scene accordingly, but then the other parts are like either you make a portrait or you decode a famous painting and then start depicting whatever is your decodation. Friends, today I am giving you this one niche area depicted on my slides. Next time I come to you, and that my promise is there, I will be there before 23rd to really give you the hand sketching onto the questions. I will select 2 or 3, or some of you can give some of the candidates can send me across the questions also, like you would like to see in my next live presentation on YouTube. I already have started getting some of the question like Sukhman Joshi asking if I could give something on 2D composition. Sukhman, you keep a little patience. Today I am giving you a part of 2D composition as well, because decoding starts with, of course, the emotion recognition in an artwork, and the depiction is there with the two-dimension depiction. So let us look into it, how the question really arises. I have taken a fictitious question. It is not that it is important. It is not that you are going to get this question or you got it in the last year. Last year the picture was different. So let us firstly look what I have brought for you. We will fairly go into the details of the question, and we will be working together for how to decode it and depict it. Who do not know this artwork? The Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. The artwork was done in 3 years' time, 1503 to 1506. The painting's novel qualities include the subject's mysterious expression, the monumentality of the composition, the subtle or delicate modeling of forms, and the atmospheric illusionism. The woman sits markedly upright in an armchair with her arms folded, a sign of her reserved posture. The soft blended the soft blending creates an ambiguous, more than one interpretation mode, mainly in two features. The corners are of her lips, it's rather mouth written here, the corners are of her eyes. Now, can you see that? If you can see my cursor moving onto it, you can see that. Some of them they call it as a sarcastic smile. And the corners of her eye, little folded. So much so that the artist did not give much attention to the eyebrows, rather at all. Behind her, a vast landscape receding to icy mountains. Winding paths and distant bridge give only the slightest indication of human presence. Now friends, this is not how they portray their question. They just say, read this and come out, decode it. Now you start decoding, you start thinking about, अरे मैंने तो वो फिल्म ही नहीं देखा, the Vinci Code. Okay, so that is not the case. Like here you have to read it, find out the emotions, those are there in the artwork. I have given a little trial on reading this portrait. I had been to this place also. It is there in Louvre Museum in Paris, and Louvre Museum in Paris, believe me, it's not a big painting. It's just about maybe 2 feet by 2.5, or maybe 2.5 by 3 feet. But look at the crowd. They even do not look at the Last Supper, which is another masterpiece and about 15 to 20 feet long painting by Leonardo da Vinci in the same hall. But everybody is after this artwork. So that is why I selected this, and I said let me give a little try on along with you all to decode it. Okay friends, so let us firstly read what are the emotions that you derive looking at this artwork. Emotions, ambiguous, as I said here also, ambiguous. Ambiguous means it is more than one interpretation. Okay? Mysterious. Don't you think that she has got a sarcastic smile? So that is where I have pointed it out that this is mysterious. This smile is sarcastic, this is mysterious. Then delicate. Yes, it's a female. So feminine, delicate, thin lines, these are the depiction or the emotion that you get inside your mind as soon as you look at this artwork. But then look at her eyes. She looks confident, right? Although reserved. Reserved, that means you could have also written here, maybe saying that she is looking introvert. Okay? Then stable. That means as such she is resting one of her arm on the arms of the chair, and very stable, upright posture of the Mona Lisa. And then with the eyes again, you can find out there is a focus. You could add a couple of more emotions, right? Now, how to prepare for such questions? Friends, this kind of a decoding, let me tell you, the source or the root of such question in JEE B.Arch jury's mind or maybe the examiner mind have come from a trend that is there in NID questions. That means read them, find out emotion and how to depict the emotions. Now, how to depict the emotions in simple forms, in geometrical forms, in lines, in shapes, in forms. How can you do that? Every line that you draw can carry an emotion. You know that. Let us look into how we really prepare for it. These are the qualities you can really rely on while depicting. For example, I am just talking about lines right now. Horizontal lines, they show rest, peace, calm, relaxed, quiet. Now I have just jotted down what we know about it. Vertical lines, strong, strength, rigid, dependable. Diagonal, whenever we look at a diagonal line, where can you find it out? Maybe on a staircase, maybe on a seesaw playground, seesaw in a playground. So the diagonal lines, one way it is supportive, but at the same time, when we talk about seesaw, it gives a unbalance. And yes, a diagonal line also show movement, particularly when you look at a slide on which children play. So they go up on the slide and come down. So it also give a little surprise to them. So you could add a word surprise with diagonal line. When we study curved lines, there is acceptance, flexibility, free flowing, adjustable, and feel of happiness. You look at the curly hair, you feel happy about that. Those are the curved lines emotions. Then zigzag lines, negative, danger. You must have seen a wood saw, like how you cut the saw. It looks, the edges are zigzag. So it looked like danger, harmful on one side. Whereas same tool can be used for self-safety or self-defense. So it does give, maybe the edge of a compound wall is zigzag, but that give a feel of safety to yourself, that you are inside it. Okay, so self-defense on the other hand, like that is how you can derive emotion from zigzag line. Similarly, uneven lines, undefined, unwanted, and confusing. So if you can really remember all these emotion depiction just by lines, probably you will be able to, firstly you decode the given painting or given artwork, and then you start jotting down the emotion shown in that, and then you start finding out from your reserve knowledge as to how you are going to really depict it. I have done the whole practical on this, so I am going to reveal that as well for you. Now thick lines, as you know, they are hard, rigid, and gives a masculine feel, whereas a thin line give you a feel of delicate, fragileness, and feminine. So even when you are drawing the lines in the decoded areas, on the blank sheet given to you, once you have decoded the emotions from the picture, then you start deciding from one of these or a combination of these kind of lines. Not only lines, you can also take up the shapes and their emotion. For example, square and rectangle, if you are drawing a square or a rectangle, you can expect stability, safety, confidence. Now stability is also there with triangles, so we will talk about that. So square and rectangle gives you a feel of stability, safety, confidence, comfort, balance, honesty, reliability, security, dullness. Dullness means it doesn't move, so it remains stationed. Then circle and ovals. show you harmony, protection, unity of mindedness, commitment. Then it also shows you love, femininity, life cycle, movement, the wholeness, a completeness, powerfulness. The O will also show you softer, noticeable, friendly and acceptable. So if you are able to use one or a combination of all this, you can show many emotions together. Let us also read out triangle and polygons. Triangle and polygons show dynamism, balance, energy, direction, stability. I told you the stability with triangles, stability here and a stability with a square also. Then movement. You show a triangle on one side, you show a movement. Many triangle on one side, you show the speed. Then progression. That means you are progressing. Then there are organic abstracts also, organic and abstract shapes and forms. So if you are using them as your depiction for the emotions, then organic shapes show you natural, free flowing, irregular, asymmetrical, soft, calm, retain the emotion of the original shape. Suppose there is a triangular leaf. It's an organic material that will also show all the emotions of the triangle, plus the natural free flowing, some irregular but asymmetrical, and at times bilaterally symmetrical things as well. Now friends, having shown you the emotions and having shown you some idea about how to depict them, how to use them, let's get on to real depiction. This is a hand sketch, and if somebody says, oh, I can see Mona Lisa inside it, you will be surprised, you will be shocked, but that's a fact of life. That is how you have to depict Mona Lisa. Look at that first slide. I will get back to that time and again and show you this slide. What did we decide with that? It is an ambiguous, that is more than one meaning or more than one interpretation. We said that it is mysterious. What have I done here for showing mystery? These are vanishing blinds. Anything behind vanishing blind? It's mysterious, you do not know. There is a surprise element also with that. That delicate, when you look at Mona Lisa, you say delicate, feminine. Where have I shown delicate? The rhythmic line that I have shown here are showing delicacy. Okay? And feminine, I have used just the symbol of a female here. With, now notice the color also. Color is pink. Pink color also depicts. Now remember that. It is just not what I have said that you can depict it with lines or shapes or forms. You can also have an added advantage of coloring it. So friends, like there may be many of you thinking that the depiction could be only with line, shape or forms. No, it can also be there with the colors. I did not use a separate slide because taking colors all together, a lot of discussion can be invited for that, and I am here for a small quick revision as to what you have to do to solve such question. So today what we are trying to infer, that you should try to understand the lines, the shapes, the form and the emotion depicted with it, before that you should be able to find out the emotion that the picture is showing and then start depicting it. I have so far covered mysterious, delicate, feminine, then of course the confidence, the mental status. Now here it is, the circles or the line that is coming into circle. So the mental status and boldness. Boldness is two-way. With the square here and with the triangle here. Triangle is more stable. I have made it here also. And reserved. She looked reserved, didn't she? So introvert. How do you say introvert and focused? Is this, these four arrow on this side. So people, luckily you have got some extra days added up for your preparation. Do not leave it as one of the option that you could ignore. Take this question. Why I say that, or why I recommend or strongly recommend this, is also for the reason that most of your friends who have not seen my this live conversation, as well as who have not prepared themselves onto the different emotions of lines, shape, forms, colors, then they are going to ignore this question, and majority of them do that. Now what is the advantage? The advantage is you become as such an out of box kind of a candidate who has solved this question, and if you are able to solve it properly the way I have been explaining with one of this example, I can guarantee you are going to have additional attention by the examiner and additional marks. Isn't it very interesting? Salman Joshi again asking, do we also give reference keys? You mean to say what we have depicted? Please do that. Please do that what you are trying to depict in this two-dimension design. That means do write down the emotions you have noted down in the portrait as well as or in the picture or in the painting, and then try to explain it down with help of your diagrammatic presentation. Friends, I think for today I will get confined to this much of explanation. I have totally focused on to decoding and depicting, right? So friends, let us have a quick revision on to something which looks like a niche but can fetch you better marks than your competitors, competing candidates. I conclude here, and of course I would like to tell you, you could come back to us through, you know the number, 888-9633-222. Do write me as to how you like it. Do write me and inform me if anything special you want to see in my next live demonstration. Thank you very much, friends. You can get back to the site topranker.com or to the creativeedge.com. Thank you so much.